Well, hello everybody, it's Bella here, and I'm back to with a little catch up with what I've finished doing today. I've been busy. I carried on. This is still Monday, and I've just carried on with my art journal, and I wanted you to see how far I've got. So this is a material I've used. This I used on the spine, and it's a great big piece of material that Rachel managed to get hold of, my daughter. And because as you know, I'm Bella from RachandBellaCrafts, just in case you didn't know. Welcome everybody, and welcome to any new subscribers. But that's what I've used on the spine, and I'm going to call this journal Art Appreciation Journal, because I'll be using a lot of things out of that book that I showed you, and I'm hoping it will, inspire you, and you will feel that you are appreciating what people have done before. So this is what it's going to be called. Anyway, this is what I've done. That's very, very thick canvas that I've used there. Okay. And that's what I put on the cover. So I can put this away now, and I can actually show you the cover I've made. And here she is. I just want to make sure she's in view. Yes, she is. I can stay there, I think. So there's the cover. There. And the same on the back. And I haven't decided yet what's going to be the feature, if anything, on the front. It's a very, very thick book, so I'm not going to be able to put an eyelet in there or anything like that. I don't think, not unless I use my great big crocodile, the big one. I don't know what it's called. But anyway, I have got that, so we may. And here's the inside. So I'm going to show you one half at a time. All right. So those were the photographs I was showing you out of the book. Or the paintings, I should say, out of the book. And that's that one. Okay. And that's the fabric that I've put down here that I just showed you, this one. So I've used that on the spine on the inside, and I've also used it on the outside, a different part of the cloth. Okay, so that's the cover made. And if you want to see how to make covers, I've done plenty of videos showing you how the covers are made. I've just, this actually is in 3 pieces. I showed you that yesterday, because this will air tomorrow. So what I did, I've just put the piece that of boards that I made to make the spine, I've put them in with these pieces of fabric. But I did these separately. I don't know why I did that. I could have done it straight across and made it one big one and just wrapped it round, but I didn't. For some reason, unknown reason, I made just the square, folded them all in on 4 sides, and then I joined it then separately. So they've just both been put down, one on top of the one underneath, and then I put this one, and then I've put these paintings on the top. All right, I hope that's clear, but you can see where I've turned the material, the canvas. So that's that. And what I've also been up to is I'm doing something totally different for me. I'm sure somebody's already thought of these, but I'm doing a cascading signature. So I've done 3 signatures, and I've taken papers from my art materials and my books, and I'm not quite sure where this is going or where I'm going with this, but I just felt I wanted to do it. So this is what I've done so far. And I'll take one of the clips off and I'll show you. Let me do this one. How it works. So that page opens like that. That one, that one, that one. Okay, and this is tissue paper, tracing paper, sorry. It was tracing paper I used on, no, it was tissue paper I used. It was the stuff that I use when I'm wrapping up our parcels for the shop. So on these little books, it was tissue paper. I was trying to think of the word, but it wasn't tracing paper, it was tissue paper. So now this is the back end of the signature. I just thought it was something different, and I just felt I wanted to mix it up a little bit, you know, do something different. So that's those. How that's going to work out, I have no idea, but that's what I wanted to do, so that's what I've done. And they're going to go in as 3 signatures into this beautiful cover, which is now cut down. So it's not as big as it was, but it's still quite big. I don't know whether I've actually measured it since, I think I did, but I'll do it again for anybody who's just joined us. This is 8.5, yes, I did measure it, didn't I? By 9.25, just over. Yeah, it's about 9.25. So it's 8.5 by 9.25, and the spine is, bear with me, 1.25. So that's the size. I may add more pages as I go along, but what I thought I would do to, I was going to use an elastic Midori style on here, but it's so thick, you see, with the double thickness, I can't get my crocodile in there. I could try my big one, but I don't think I will. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to stitch them, excuse me, I'm going to stitch these onto this one, and then I will glue this into the journal. Okay, so I may do that tomorrow. So I'm going to leave it there, and I'll join another video to this one. So see you in a bit. Well, I'm back, and I've gone ahead and I've been brave, and I have used the big crocodile too. So I don't know whether it'll fit into the screen, but there we go. That's what I've used. I did make a couple of mistakes, but that's easily remedied, and I'll show you what I've done. So I've made the holes with this crocodile too, and then I use my ordinary crocodile, and I put in some of the gold eyelets, but they're not straight. So I thought, oh gosh, what can I do now? So I've been trying out the glue on this to make sure it doesn't seep through, and it seems to be okay. So what I thought I would do here is just put tabs over them so that they don't look untidy and they don't look as if they're, you know, too messy. So I thought I would do that now. You're probably screaming at me and saying, don't bother, don't bother. But I am a bit of a perfectionist, so I'm going to have to open it out a bit. So I can, and then I'll show you the inside then when I've done this. Everything's so big with this, so I thought if I cover that up there like so, I'm wondering actually whether I ought to do it folded or whether I ought to do it flat. Anybody know? It's all right, I'm thinking now whether or not. So if I put that in the middle, that's probably going to stretch a bit like that. No, it is still a little bit too wide. Let's just take a little bit off. I don't mind that much overlapping. There we go, let's have a look. Excuse me fumbling about, but I want to get it right. So how far down do they come? I'd like to see some of this left up the top. So let's try that, shall we? This is 3-in-1, by the way. Put plenty on, because it's going to be stretching across. I know it didn't really matter, but I thought, well, this is an art journal. We can play, can't we? try not to get my head in. Oh, it is coming through a bit, but of course it's bound to because of the dark colour underneath. Let me get a tissue a minute. There we are, that's coming off. I'll probably end up putting something over the top of that now, won't I? So let's put some down here. There we are. Hopefully that will dry, and if not, it doesn't matter. But at least I can't see that these are out of line. I could leave, I mean, these weren't too bad actually. I could just put the one up there and put sort of a label on there. So what are you all up to? Are you busy making journals or ephemera? What are you doing? Rachel's been a bit like me, where we've had a bit of a block, but mine seems to be unblocking now. Thank you for all your encouragements with your comments. The only way I'm going to test this really is to I quite like it actually. You probably don't like it, but I quite like it because it's quirky. I'm never afraid of making mistakes because you can either cover it over or you can rip it off. So don't be frightened of things. I've told you this before, haven't I? I think I've gone too high now with that. Oh no, that's okay. That's all right. Make sure there's plenty down there. And I think I've gone quiet, haven't I? Sorry. I'm thinking. Some people can talk and do, but I'm afraid I can only do one or the other. I'm not a chatterbox by nature, unless it's about something I'm passionate about, you know. There. Just want to make sure the edges are down. Here we go, glue sticking to me again. Takes the skin off my finger, you know. There we are, that'll do. That's fine, I think. Let me just press that in there with my, where's she gone? There's so much rubbish on. I'll have to tidy up now after this because it drives me nuts. There she is. It won't stay down, but it doesn't matter. Just give it a couple of seconds to dry, and then I can show you inside then. There we are. Let's move those crocodiles out of the way. I'll have a bit more space. Put my top on my glue. That in the bin. And see if I can turn her over now without a problem. I think I quite like that actually. It's giving it another dimension, isn't it? I can always add some more glue on there later, I'm not worried. Seems okay. I still haven't decided what I'm doing on here yet. So, sorry about the hands now, they're going to be a bit odd. Right, there we go. So that's what I've done inside. There she is. You've seen that side, so I'll concentrate more on this side. and I put her in with a Midori style as Roxy Creations has done it, and I think I love it. So it's a cascading, there you are, you can see, and I can either add things to these pages or I've just put that in. That is a palette, one of those acrylic palettes, you know, and you can just tear it off. They're glued down, you tear them off and you can just throw it in the bin. But I thought that would be quite fun in there, so I've done that. And there we are. So she's all ready now for me to decide what I'm going to do with the inside. Now that can either fold up like that, like that, like that, or it can stay out like that, fold under like that, whatever we decide to do. There we go. And we can always add more things to these pages. This is actually caddy paper. I haven't actually got watercolor paper in here, but this is mixed media paper, so you can paint on this as well. Pen and ink would be wonderful on it, and you know, you can just doodle on it, do what you like on it. You can attach pages on here. I may just leave it plain for whoever. I don't know, I haven't made my decision yet as to whether I'm going to, as Wendy calls it, frou-frou it up, or that's the middle there. That's been attached there. There's plenty to play with. This is handmade paper with petals in, and you could still write on there, you could still paint on there. That's caddy paper again. So they're more or less the same. That's an old, so you could either rip that up and add it as a bit of collage, or leave it in and just paint over it. This is the last signature, this one. And as I say, they're cascading. I'm quite pleased with this. It's different to what I normally do. I will be adding more, you know, because it is an art appreciation journal, so I will be adding more pictures, drawings, sketchings in various places. So I probably will carry on working in it. Oh, there's one. Where's that come from? Okay, don't know what happened there. And that's that. So there she is up to now, and that's how she looks. And I've given you the measurements. The only thing with canvas, it does pick up bits, but you know, they brush off quite easily. So there we are. That's a Midori style art journal and a cascading. And I shall be back tomorrow. So take care, everybody, and thank you for watching, and look after yourselves. Bye.